and she was a school teacher, his wife, two beautiful sons, and he managed to escape to Denmark and get a passport. And by the time he sent the passport to his family in Poland, they were already in the oven. Hitler's oven. So then when he finally came to America, I was a school teacher, and I was performing with the children, and he was a mashgiach in the restaurant. And so, I guess it brought back memories. His wife was a school teacher. So eventually we got married. But that's me. I want to hear from you guys. Where's my little book with warm thoughts?
Is it going around?
Okay. Everybody's going to, you can hold it, and everybody's going to raise their birthday month and give us what they're supposed to do.
Okay. So,
You should excuse me. This is from rushing too much. Don't rush too much. Take it easy.
okay. We can't package faith.
Stand up and read it so we can hear you.
Okay. We can't.
No, let her read it. Incidentally, can I say just one more thing?
Yeah.
A great teacher asked, one big rabbi asked a teacher, what did you learn? And the teacher said, I learned from this rabbi, I learned from that rabbi, I learned from that rabbi. But whom did I learn the most from? My pupils. Now you got the ball in your court. Okay, let's go.
Okay, January 25th. No man can be happy without a friend, nor be sure of his friend until he's unhappy.
If it's helpful, remember, if not, forget it.
Okay.
Maybe we should start at the beginning of the calendar. Who's first?
Sorry. Okay. No human relationship gives one possession of another. Every two souls are absolutely different.
If it helps, use it. If not, forget it.
Okay. The simple way to be better or lot in life is to try to do a lot better.
What the heart knows today, the head will understand tomorrow.
Only good things. Who's in turn next?
For every problem, there is an opportunity.
Face everybody.
For every problem, there's an opportunity.
Make it loud so everybody can benefit by it, if it's good.
Okay. Friends multiply joy and divide sorrow.
Patient with everyone, but above all with ourselves.
Box yourself in, there is no sunshine. Pray to have the last word.
A little flattery will support.
Destiny will be, but one thing I know, the ones among you who will be truly happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve.
Each day is God's
Can
gift.
everybody hear? Out loud.
Each day is God's gift to you. Make it blossom and grow into a thing of beauty.
You can't change the color of your child's eyes, but you can make them glow with the light of true love.
Carrie, why don't you sit down?
Okay,
Take a load off your feet.
Okay, so worry is a thin stream of fear trickling through the mind. If encouraged, it cuts a channel into which all other thoughts are drained. I can share. Let's see.
If it's a duplicate, it'll last longer. They'll remember better. It's Thanks the kids are having a good time.
Right.
We're retired. I'm retired.
Man shows his true friendship to God by his actions.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. יפה.
אני לא לשמוע, אבל
את שמעת?
לפני שנים רבות.
Who's next?
I'm looking for my birthday.
Oh, you have a calendar with...
Well,
Oh! And in there's like a saying for
well,
the...
thoughts. Every day for
Hashem
a
does
birthday.
not promise a comfortable journey, only a safe landing.
Whoa! Can I, well, how about mine?
If you want to tell us when your birthday is, you can have a turn to it.
My birthday is December 28th.
So you have to go away to the end.
I go to the end of the book. My Hebrew birthday is next week.
You just escaped Christmas.
I just escaped Christmas, you know. First Jesus, then me. You know.
What did you say?
Go forth, from Emerson. I got a saying from Ralph Waldo
Let the kids
Emerson.
hear. I read it
Okay,
already.
go forth into the busy world and love it. Interest yourself in its life, mingle kindly with its joys and sorrows. Whoa, that's very powerful.
Whose turn's next? Who didn't have a turn?
It's your turn.
Now it's your turn, Rose.
Huh?
It's your turn, Shoshana. Your turn.
Excellent.
Shalach.
Is anybody working a hug around here? Who's a
Come here, come here.
kosher hugger?
Kosher hugger.
Have you hugged anybody today? Good job. Your birthday.
Okay. My birthday.
Harmless house.
Zil. Okay. How about
Jeanette.
Shalom?
The
June
girls
27th.
are having a show today. Hey, how do you say legs?
Right.
Yoke. How do you say arms? Yadayim. If you can manage to stand up for a minute, we'll give you a little, because I want you to be everywhere. Hold me if I fall down. Don't come hold me.
I'm not right.
Achat u'shtayim l'mala hayadayim. Achat u'shtayim l'mata hayadayim. Achat u'shtayim al regel hayadayim. Achat u'shtayim l'mala hayadayim.
That's awesome.
Achat u'shtayim al shechem hayadayim. Achat u'shtayim l'mata hayadayim. Is that enough?
That's awesome.
Now, who's going to lead the parade to the refreshments?
1 minute. Everybody sit down. We're going to have refreshments in a moment.
You want to pass them around?
No, we're going to have refreshments in a moment. But before we have refreshments, I just want to. I came in late, so I just wanted to introduce everybody. Shoshana Rose, okay, was born in Louisiana.
Way down yonder in New Orleans.
In New Orleans. Okay? Now, did you see how amazing her Hebrew is? Did you see? Okay? And did you see how amazing she's able to teach? Because she was a teacher. And she was a natural teacher. And she also, when she was in New Orleans, she went to Hebrew school, not Jewish school. She went to Hebrew school. And she speaks fluent Hebrew. She knows Shir HaShirim almost by heart. She knows Chaucer, Shakespeare by heart. Okay? And she remembers it. And she's a pretty awesome young lady. Okay?
Young.
And she has...
Ex-young.
You're only 2 years old, 1.5 years old. You started a new cycle. After 100, you start a new cycle. So...
Can't believe it.
B'li Ayin Hara, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah, B'li Ayin Hara.
B'li Ayin Hara, Baruch Hashem. And she also she studied Hebrew with one of the students of one of the biggest Zionists of the previous generation and one of the founders of the Zionist movement, a student of Jabotinsky, who I'm sure you've all heard of and you will hear of when you talk about Zionism. And she learned Hebrew from him at some point in Louisiana, and her parents were involved in the Jewish community in Louisiana. They were one of the big machas, one of the people that were involved in running the shuls and schools and all of the things that were happening there. And then during the war, over the wartime, she moved towards the west, through Colorado, through Denver. I'm good, right?
I had a sister who was there, stationed with her soldier husband. So I thought, since they kept telling me to come to Los Angeles to be the first day school, then I went first in the summertime to my sister to visit her, and from there into California.
And she became a teacher in a school here, a Jewish day school here in California, that many years ago, okay? And she also, do you have a degree? You have a degree?
A degree and a half.
You have a degree and a half from which university in New Orleans?
It was Tulane University.
Tulane University.
And the half comes from University of Denver.
And University of Denver. And you have a degree from Tulane in?
University of Denver.
Yeah, and what's your degree in? You showed it to me.
A
Bachelor of Arts in Language Arts?
And English was my major.
And English was your major. And the most amazing thing is that she's lived through all different types of the United States.
Excuse me, you're not supposed to say anything in front of a person's...
I'm only saying a little bit. You're not supposed to say the whole thing in front of a person. מקצת שבחו של אדם בפניו. לא כולו. מקצת שבחו של אדם בפניו. A little bit you're allowed to say.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So,
We learned that in Chidon.
you learned it in Chidon. Oh! See, they learned that in Chidon, the Tanakh. They learned it in the Tanakh. Yeah. Which Rashi? Which pasuk? Eile Toldot.
Oh, it was about how it said Sadiq. It only said Sadiq, and when Hashem was talking to Noach, it said only Sadiq. And before when it was like narrating about Noach, it said Ish Sadiq coming by other
Very good. How old are these young ladies, may I ask?
13,
14.
How much?
13 to 14. Now I have a question to ask you, Shoshana. When I was in your house last week, and we said we're bringing young ladies of 13 to 14 years old, did you imagine that they would sit here like Benot Torah and Talmidei Chachamim?
Life is a wonderful mystery, and God has His arithmetic, and He prepares everything
You
for
see?
us.
Beautiful.
With His worthy esteemed system.
That's good. Very Hashem.
One compliment deserves
Can we?
another.
Thank you. So maybe we can sing a song for Shabbat. Maybe we can do a V'zakeni or something. Let's do V'zakeni. Can we do V'zakeni? Yeah. And then we'll go have a snack. So this is a song that we sing before we light Nerot Shabbat. It's one of the songs, one of the tefillot that some communities they say before they light Nerot Shabbat. It's a prayer. Remember we talk about it. It's a prayer that a mother makes for her children to grow up to be fine young men and young women, B'nai Torah, B'not Torah, moral people, good people. Okay? And so this is a song, it's ready for Shabbat. We're all getting ready for Shabbat, so let's sing it together. V'zakeni legadel, v'animu levanim, chachamim levanim.
We went to Shiloh.
You went to Shiloh, yeah?
And I told them I didn't spell it correctly.
Okay. Rose, look, I'm going to give one to Rabbi,
Thank you.
one to our teachers. And
We got too many cups. Everybody should have a cup.
Where's Alana? And I'm not taking because it's not on the diet you put me. We'll take them.
But you made exactly enough.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
perfect.
Don't worry. It's perfect. It's perfect.
In New Orleans, where we came, they were coming by, 10 cents of beans and 5 cents of rice. And my father made me learn Hebrew from I was 6 years old until I was 31.
Move back a little bit. You should turn
Right. From 6 years old, you started learning Hebrew?
לדבר רק עברית. I said this to you. בשגיאות או לא בשגיאות, אבל רק עברית.
יפה.
אבל אני שכחתי יותר.
את מדברת עברית יותר טוב מהרבה אנשים.
Ashkenazic.
Ashkenazic.
I learned Ashkenaz, and then when Israel became free, I had to turn over to
Svaradit.
Israel. And so it had Ashkenazic and then
When she learned Hebrew originally, it was in Habarash.
oh boy, we had to memorize everything. And during study, do you still have study periods in the public school?
We don't study
I
anymore.
said and study and say Bahot.
Other than the Chidon Tanakh.
And God forbid if I didn't know it by heart. Ani atal pain liazir. ואני אגיד לו שאת לא שכחת, את לא למדתי, או את שידנת את כל
כל החומר.
החומר. And boy, was I shivering. And everybody outside was playing with balls and playing with good time. And I went to school every day, including Shabbos, the junior congregation. And on Sunday we read the Hador.
Hador is a Israeli.
Is it still in existence, Hador?
No, the Hador is long gone.
Because I don't read it anymore.
Because you don't read it anymore.
They lost their following.
What can I do? Time. When you hear the news, you go sugar. I don't know if this is true or not. My husband Simba, he used to say, when things get bad enough and nothing can be done, then the Moshiach is coming. Is that right?
That's one way he can come. The other way that Mashiach can come is when everything becomes so awesome that he has to come. Which way would you rather he came?
I like your way better.
That's right. My way, I like my
Where were
way
you
too.
20 years ago? Did everybody have a lot of good refreshments?
Yeah, thank you.
If you finish your refreshment, then we can make a bracha achrona, I think, right?
Yes, and we can take the.
And so the bracha achrona. Did anybody eat raisins? Okay, if you didn't, if you ate raisins, it changes the bracha achrona. If you didn't eat raisins and you just ate pecans and a drink, let's say together, Baruch Ata Adon Elo Melech HaOlam Borei Nefashot Yarbot V'Chesronan Al Kol Ma Shebarach L'Achyot Behem Nefesh Kol Chai Baruch Chei HaOlamim. And then after we thank Hashem for what He gave us, we thank Shoshana for what you gave us. So thank you, Shoshana. Thank you.
The pleasure was all mine.
And
The honor was all mine. Now, you want to go back and sit down? I'll leave the parade.
Alana, where's Alana?
we have 5. Yes, okay. Question time. Anybody have questions? You want to ask questions? We have a few minutes of questions. Anybody? Yeah. Yes, we have one in the back.
Hi. Okay.
Introduce yourself.
So, hi, I'm Abby. And so my question is, how old were you when you moved to California?
Excuse me, why don't you make a light? Show them, make the light.
The rabbi can make the light better. Push it in.
By
Push
he or.
it.
Dior. There's all these brilliant people, we need light.
So go for it, Abby.
Oh, so how old were you when you moved to California? Like, were you younger?
How old were you when you came to California?
31.
Yes.
How many siblings do you have? Or have?
How many?
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have. Now, Lizzie knows,
Not really.
but I had another sister. She passed away. You came from
Right.
Shiloh. It's from Caleb Gadot. I had 3 brothers that all passed away. Everybody in my family, my mother, my father, and my mother, my father, my husband buried in Israel on top of
Har
Mount
Menuchot.
Menuchot. In Mirtzeh, I got my place reserved already.
In Har Menuchot.
Okay.
And when I go to Israel, I'm going to go visit Simcha, and your husband in Har Menuchot also. Shalom sent me the
Actually, I went to Israel to stay there forever. But then my parents were still here, and I felt
You
obligated.
didn't want to leave them.
Was my husband's business.
Your husband's business was here, so you can't live there, right?
6 buildings.
6 buildings.
On
Okay.
borrowed money.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for us?
Whoa. Do you have a piece of advice for them?
Yes. What is the story about the rabbi who asked 3 of his students, go out into the world and find out what is the most important thing that a person should have. One student said, good eyes, you can see everything. The other said, good ears, you can see everything. The other one said, a good heart. And the rabbi said, I agree with the one who said a good heart, because if you have a good heart, you have everything.
Wow.
Amen.
That's a good piece of advice. That's in Pirkei Avot.
Any other questions?
Yeah. We can take one more question and then we have
One
to
more question,
get
then we
going
have
back
to go.
to our classes.
Because they have to walk. They have
Okay.
to walk.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Take some stuff with you.
We've taken.
I
I have.
Is there one more
Anybody
question?
else?
Noah, last question.
Did you take my mother's cookies?
This is it.
And
Read
something
it
for your
yourself.
wife? Something for your wife?
One for me, one for my wife, and one
You
to
take
save
more,
for
we
later.
got more.
The same.
Because they'll probably crumble, they're so soft
They're
and sweet.
good.
Anything else?
Noah, go
that I
ahead.
can
Last
help?
question.
Noah.
What's the most important thing you feel that you've learned from when you were teaching?
What's what?
What was, when you were teaching, what did you learn from teaching?
Well, I started with the first grade, and they're wonderful. You can tell them anything and they get metamorpho. They get so excited. They love me. And then I learned that the mothers used to knock at my door because it was the first all-day school, and they didn't take their children to the public school. So the mothers were a little bit scared because it was the first thing. Is it going to be recognized by the country, by the city? Is it? I said, well, bring in some of the city officials and let me know. So one fine day when I was doing Achatishtai, one of the big shots from the government came, knocked at my door. Nobody was there. Where's Mrs. Rich? Was I Rich or Hirschberg? Anyway, they said she's outside doing exercise with the children. The Jewish people do exercise. I'll never forget that. He couldn't get over it. I thought the Jewish people always said, we tried to do a good rounded program. A little of this, a little bit of that, a little hell, lots of joke. Anyway, he gave me the okay, and I sent letters to all the mothers. It's okay, you have nothing to worry about. And then I said, just come on now, we'll sit down and learn. The little ones were adorable. They would swallow everything. And then, so I'll go to your age.
They got a little tougher when they got older.
Are you the teacher? Because without wanting to offend any of you beautiful people, the young people are growing and they think they're reached maturity. But it isn't. It's kind of an arrested maturity, arrested adolescence. But don't let that scare you. Just reach and reach and reach. And I would say maybe the most important thing in life is to find a challenge and live up to that challenge. Because every time I get a little discouraged, I say, what do I do? I said, dumbbell, a challenge. Everything that goes wrong is an opportunity to improve. And so here I am, fathering you kids at 101, Baruch Hashem. An inspiration.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you,
You
Shoshana.
got a wonderful teacher here,
Thank you,
and I
thank you,
hope you realize and have given him the honor that he deserves.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Shoshana, we did it. We did it. We did it.